All right, we're here.
What's going on?
Did we had some boxing? Oh yeah, we did have some boxing this weekend. I almost forgot.
What are you talking about? It's only Sunday. It hasn't even been 12 hours since the fight.
I
Or
know.
25.
So if people don't know, let's talk. Well, we'll talk about the fights on the undercard. Or was there a robbery, right? I didn't see the undercard.
So, yeah, I only saw the last three fights, so Joshua and two co-main events. Um, Aiden told me that there was some blatant robbery, but I think it ended in a draw, so it could have gone worse for the guy. Luckily, he didn't completely get his undefeated record tarnished and get a loss on his record. But you never want to see that. I haven't seen the fight personally, so I can't make a claim. But I'm hearing a lot of bad things, and looks like there was the Callum Smith, John Ryder situation. I can't remember the fighters' names, but it was early on the prelims. Did you watch any of that?
I only seen the main event.
But yeah, you never want to see that. It seems to be happening more and more in boxing and UFC lately. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Absolutely, yeah. Judges are just annoying. Let them fight to the death, is what I say, right?
I mean, they used to do that, but they used to they would schedule a fight till somebody got knocked out and people died. Fights went over 100 rounds. We can't have that. We can't have that.
I guess not, but we could. Anyway, in the main event, or did you want to talk about Hughie Fury?
Yeah. So Huey Fury bounced back. He's been on tough times. I think his last fight was against Povetkin, I believe, either Povetkin or Sam Peter, one of those two. But he's got losses to Pulev, a close loss to Joseph Parker, and Povetkin. So he's fighting some solid fighters. Lost to all of them. His biggest win coming into this, I guess, would be a 40-something-year-old Sam Peter who had no right being in the ring with him anyways. I don't know what you do with him now. He's kind of fringe world class. But he's too good for the domestic level fighters. I don't know what you do with him. It's exciting to see a Fury kind of living off his cousin's name, but it's always good seeing another Fury in the ring.
What about I'd say give him Luis Ortiz.
Not at that. Maybe a Joe Joyce or a Daniel Dubois,
Or a
a
Hunter?
domestic Michael Hunter. That's a good fight too. So all of those guys at the fringe 12 to 15 area, somewhere in there. That's the kind of guys you can see Huey lined up with. He's definitely in the top
But he'll
15
lose
heavyweight.
to him. That's the problem.
To Hunter, yes. To Joyce, I can see outboxing Joyce. And Dubois, it depends. If Dubois connects on him, he's probably going to knock him out. But Dubois got no head movement. Huey's jab would give him issues. It'd be an interesting fight.
But in the main event, we seen some flashback to the Dylan White fight. We seen some old school Joshua come back.
I think saying flashback to old school Joshua was a bit of a stretch. Old school Joshua was a little bit seek and destroy, not very defensively responsible, would take some shots to land his shots. I didn't really see that. It was a very calculated, thorough domination, but he attacked at the right moments. So rounds 1 and 2, he was just gauging his distance, finding where he could land his jab, when he could place his right hand. And then round 3, he came on, dropped them twice, and finished the fight in the 9th round. I'm not going to say that it was vintage AJ prior to losing to Ruiz and the Takam fights and all that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
But it wasn't the safe AJ we saw in the Ruiz rematch. It was definitely somewhere in the middle. He attacked at the right moments. He fought smart at the right moments. He didn't get off the game plan, but he also knew that he needs to bring that killer instinct back. So it was kind of a blend. It was a perfect performance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was really good by him. I was happy with the performance. It was good to see him get knocked out of pie. The pie, the king of the pies, the queen of the pies, all the pies. You know, Pulev is our. I don't know. If he would have lost to Pulev, we would have been done on this channel.
Man, that being said, though, I gained a lot of respect for Pulev in this fight week. The guy was crazy. He got under AJ's skin. Yeah, I mean, like if you are in a fight where the odds are stacked against you, like he was in this one, elevate yourself. So he went from just a fringe contender to a fun fringe contender. Now I'm excited to see Pulev fight again. I will tune in to watch him fight again. I don't know what he does next. I don't know what they do with him. Maybe a Huey Fury rematch, something like that. But I will watch Huey Fury. I mean, I will watch Kubrat Pulev fight again, and I'm entertained by it. The guy's crazy.
Yeah, let's. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of respect, but it's still the pie.
What was your biggest takeaway from the Joshua fight? What punch did you think was his most effective weapon in the fight?
The uppercut.
See, yeah, the uppercut definitely was devastating, but that left jab to the body he kept landing on
Yeah,
Kubrat, I think set up the uppercut.
for sure, for sure. And he landed like I just thought the uppercut. He landed like 3 in a row, which you don't see often.
No, he couldn't miss with that uppercut. It landed early on in the fight, and Pulev just didn't make the right adjustments to stop it from happening. That being
Mm,
said, a lot of heart, and he stayed in there a lot longer than a lot of guys would have at that stage.
absolutely, he definitely showed he had a chin, which is definitely respectful. So, uh, but enough talk about Joshua Pulev. We got some big fights this weekend.
Man, we got Friday and Saturday back-to-back DAZN cards. On Friday night, we have the return of Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, taking on Szeremeta. Sorry, I can't even say his name. I gotta look it up real quick. But what do you think about Triple G returning to the ring?
He's fighting the top, actually a decent competition. The guy's not known well, but he looks tough. Isn't he undefeated?
Yeah, he's 21-0, but only 5 knockouts. That's the
I just
only
don't.
situation.
I don't think Triple G is like. I think he's coming to the end of his career. He'll have a couple more wins, but any fight now, I would not go, hey, he can't lose this. I feel like he can lose any fight now, and it wouldn't be as shocking.
Okay, so he's taking on Kamil Szeremeta. Szeremeta, tough name to say. He's ranked top 25 by the box rec. Personally, I would say he's higher than that. He's 21-0, 5 knockouts. He's got a good style. I watched some of his highlights. He's gonna be in the fight with Triple G. Like you said, Triple G's he's 38. He's turning 39 in a few months. He's kind of in the twilight of his career. He's still world class, but he's gonna be in tough fights.
Absolutely, and he's not going to be as dominant as he used to be. That's just not there.
No, but the last thing that goes though is power, and we know Triple G's got that hammer in both hands, left hook to the body and a good right hand over top. So
Yeah,
I do see this being a very competitive fight, like the Derevyanchenko fight that we just saw Triple G struggle in, which I've watched twice live. I scored at 1 point for Triple G, and I rewatched it, and I scored it by 2 or 3 points for Derevyanchenko. So very tough fight, could have gone either way. Triple G gets the decision. I think we're going to see a very similar fight in this regard, but I don't think um, Triple G's going to struggle quite as much. I think he's going to show some flashes of greatness. I don't think he's going to stop Szeremeta, but he will cruise to a unanimous decision win.
I think it'll be a 8-4 unanimous decision win for Triple G.
Right. But watch for some close rounds. There's going to be some swing rounds in there. And watch the left hook for Szeremeta on the inside. It's his best weapon. He likes to double it up, triple it up. It's going to be an interesting fight because they're going to meet in the middle and they're both going to be throwing some leather.
Absolutely, I can't wait for this one. Now for the real main event this week. No, I'm just kidding.
Saturday we have second zone card. Canelo, the pound for pound king, is taking on Callum Smith.
Is
In
he?
regards, what is he? What
You think he's pound for pound?
I have him at number one. I think his resume is a level above everybody else, not named Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's at the end of his career. I mean, if you say Errol Spence, if you say Terrence Crawford, I'm not going to be upset with you. But I think Canelo is a level above right now in regards of resume. That's just my opinion.
Even Tyson Fury?
Tyson's got 2 great wins. Deontay Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko, and then the next best win after that would be Derek Chisora, and then after that, Steve Cunningham. I don't think they compare. But again, if you put Tyson Fury at number one, I'm not going to sit here and say that he doesn't have a spot there. It's just my opinion. I don't think he should be.
Absolutely. But let's break down this fight. You're not a big Callum Smith fan, are you?
No. So before we get to this, I just want to mention on the co-main event, we have Julio Cesar Martinez, undefeated flyweight champion, I believe, returning.
Yeah.
He's always fun to watch. He's been just starching dudes, so he's going to be definitely someone to watch. He's one of Canelo's training partners. He trains with Eddie Reynoso in the gang, so pay attention to that. But yeah, like you said, Callum Smith, not a huge fan of his. He's been off since November of 2019, and in that fight, he fought John Ryder. Did you watch the John Ryder Callum Smith fight?
It was actually closer than it was supposed to be, right?
I thought John Ryder won pretty decisively.
Oh wow. No, I don't. I just remember some close talk about it, not too much, but it is what it is.
So John Ryder is about the same height as Canelo, similar style, but doesn't have the firepower Canelo has. He likes to get on the inside, work the body, comes up top with the right hand, but like I said, not the firepower Canelo has, or the head movement, or the defense. It's a tough fight for Callum Smith. I don't see what Callum Smith has to offer. Okay, people are going to say he's long, he's rangy, he's got a good jab, he's undefeated. Okay, that's fine. He's not going to be able to find Canelo's chin consistently with the jab and the right hand. Canelo's got some of the best head movement, if not the best head movement in boxing, and he will find that body and he will break him down. If he doesn't stop him late, he's going to cruise to a unanimous decision victory.
I'm with the long and rangy. I got Callum Smith by unanimous decision.
Really?
Yeah. As long as the judges don't rob it. I wouldn't be surprised. I just have a gut feeling there might be an upset.
Now, to kind of tag along with that point, if you watched Canelo's last fight, he's been off for a while as well. December 2019, he fought.
Canelo's been losing a lot of rounds lately, too.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, he fought Kovalev, and Kovalev was up on points before the knockout. He was outboxing pretty well. But is Callum Smith the caliber of boxer that Kovalev is? I would say no.
I don't know about that. I think Kovalev was also at the very end of his career.
Was he, though? He was a world champion coming into that fight, coming off of two of the biggest fights of his career.
I would say he's at the end of his career.
It's going to be he could. Callum could win some rounds just because he's got a good jab and he's long and rangy.
That being said, with Canelo, you're never going to lose at the judges. You never know, too, right? So, because they're corrupt. Like, he didn't win.
This is in the States, right? This fight's in the States?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think Callum Smith's ever fought in the States either. All those fights have been in England, so that's interesting as well.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
If you guys don't know, Canelo beat Callum Smith's older brother in a junior middleweight. If I was Canelo at the press conferences, every time I see this guy, I'd be like, look what I did to your brother, man. Look what absolutely. I did. You're next.
But I do have an upset this weekend. Maybe it's because I want to see Canelo lose every time he fights, but it just is what it is.
So unanimous or split decision?
I'd go split, actually.
Split? Okay, I'm going to go unanimous decision for Canelo.
There we go. And I think that's it for boxing this week.
That is all we got for. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson, who just beat Toka. Huh?
He did win?
Yes, he beat Clary. It was supposed to be his toughest fight to date. He won every round. That's his second fight at 130. There's rumblings in the boxing community that he could be on fringe pound for pound level right now. I'm not ready to put him there. I don't think he has a good enough resume yet, but the skill set is definitely undeniable, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does at 130.
Welcome to the future.
Bro.